Welcome to the Captain Inside Show! Hi! In one of the previous episodes, I started talking about sharpening the axe. Today, let's move forward. Let's talk about finding time, the path, and principles to become a better developer. I'm Anatol, and you are watching the good parts of the front-end development. As I mentioned, I believe it's possible to stay a really good specialist without keeping your professional development continuous, gaining new knowledge and skills, and widening your horizons. I often asked, being a regular HTML coder, whether you really need all these algorithms, data structures, all that stuff. The question is the answer: how high do you want to fly? With regard to the web development, it means either you expect to stay HTML coder your entire life, or you'd like to become a front-end architecture in the future. Let's imagine that you decided to grow up professionally. Are you going to reinvent certain algorithms or just Google them? Okay, let's think about reliability and performance. If load increases 1000 times, your architecture will be robust, flexible, and fast enough for the customers, for developers? The answer to all these questions is based on algorithms, data structures, and all that stuff, aren't they? The education and self-development is always challenging and time-consuming effort. Therefore, I propose to consider this topic.
The article, titled "Finding Time to Become a Better Developer," focused on time for sure. Author describes 5 truths about time management for a developer that might save you from disaster. Focus your learning on specific areas. Use an iterative design approach. Manage stakeholders' expectations. Don't waste time trying to refactor working code and scuttle down that time. Sticking to these principles should help you to improve your code quality, to maintain a healthy life-work balance, and finally to devote some time to self-education. The Path of Software Development Craftsmanship by Dmitry Pavlutin. The article is his own thoughts on how to deal with the development complexity. The author adopted an approach for the developer's competence assessment, divided into 3 phases. He names these phases upside down triangle, rectangle, and triangle. Every developer starts their conscious movement from the first phase, mainly focusing on the tools, and I'm one among them. Having gained some experience, a programmer might broaden their knowledge about JavaScript concepts and move to the next level. Only few of them acquire mastery of the computer science fundamentals in order to reach programmers' Mount Olympus. Actually, they can succeed in creating transformation through new technologies.
From my part, I share the MPJ approach. Instead of trying to predict the future, learn the fundamentals. Learn programming in general. Don't be a better Angular programmer, or even a better JavaScript programmer, just a better programmer. If you know Angular, learn how JavaScript really works, learn design patterns, and more importantly, anti-patterns. Don't reinvent the wheel, use tools instead, but don't be trapped by a tool just because you cannot write that tool by yourself. Here's the last point for today. Do you know about Pareto principle? It states that for many events, roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. In computer science and engineering control theory, the Pareto principle could be applied to optimization efforts. For example, Microsoft noted that by fixing of the top 20% of the most reported bugs, 80% of the related errors and crashes in a given system would be eliminated. Back to our topic. I highly recommend you to find out what activities bring you 80% of the result and immediately stop wasting time on the others. Thus, you'll decrease your energy consumption by 80% and save time on self-education. Also, I propose you to pay attention to this animation. It describes how this principle could be applied to every aspect of your life, from learning to relationships. No kitty this time, unfortunately. Sorry, maybe next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel and watch other episodes. This is all for this week. Thanks for watching and keep going.